Welcome back to YeeFit Adventures. My name's Darren, and this channel is about backpacking, gear reviews, and finding your next adventure. Tonight, we're going to be spending the night out here at Lake Tahoe. Just a little quick overnight, and I'm going to be updating you on my updated winter sleep system. Tonight, it's going to drop down into the teens, so I wanted to test out some gear to see if it'll take me down to that temperature. So I'm going to set up the tent right here, relatively flat spot. There's still a little bit of snow on the ground, but we'll clear a nice area and set up the tent. Alright, today we have the Naturehike Cloudwing 2 tent. It is a 3-season tent, but I'm going to be setting up here, right here on the beach in the snow. It's fully been set up here, right here on the snow. Just a little walk around. This is a 2-person tent, semi-freestanding. So you gotta stake out these ones in the back here. Single pole. This tent weighs just over 3 pounds, around 3 pounds. Alright, let's open her up. So the first layer is we're going to put in is this Reflectix mat. So this is a Reflectix windscreen or windshield thing I picked up at Daiso. It was only a couple dollars, maybe $3 or $4. But it is Winnie the Pooh. So this is my first layer of protection. I'm going to put this down on the floor and with the Reflectix side facing up. Now ideally you want the Reflectix closest to your body because that'll reflect the best heat. But I'm going to put this down to kind of put a thin layer of insulation underneath. And put that down. Alright, the next piece of insulation. So that insulation, R value is probably about maybe less than 1. But my next piece of insulation is a closed cell foam pad. Now this will give me at least 2, an R value of 2. Because I'm expecting temperatures to drop way below freezing tonight. In maybe 18 degrees Fahrenheit. But to get me down there, I'm going to need the proper insulation underneath me. Otherwise the convection of the heat loss from the ground is just going to suck all the heat out. So the second part we have is a WideSea closed cell foam pad. Same idea as the other, it's just a little bit more insulation. But it's like accordion style. Put the gray side or Reflectix side up. So we'll put that down next. And then the last piece of insulation what we're gonna put on is my sleeping pad. I can't forget my pillow. This is the Naturehike foam pillow, 14 by 10, and it lofts up to a good 3 inches. And then it weighs about 6-7 ounces. But it's very comfortable, a lot comfortable than some of the blow-up pillows, so I'm going to be using this tonight. Tonight I'm going to be using my Nemo Tensor Insulated pad. This is about the size of an halogen bottle, but this has an R value of 4.2. So this one will get me down to freezing. With the added insulation, the closed cell foam mat of 2, and then the Reflectix, it'll get me down to 4.2 plus 2, 6.2 plus a little bit, 6.3 maybe, but that should get me down way below into the teens tonight. So I'm gonna blow this up. And then we'll go get onto the top cover, the insulation, part of the sleep system. So the Nemo Tensor Insulated also comes with a pump sack, which I'm going to be using tonight. So you might be asking you, what's the R value mean? Well, that just basically means there's a standard temperature rating that is basically official across a lot of standard sleeping pads. The higher the R value, the colder temperatures you can go down to. So for 3 season, I would say an R value of 3 would be fine. Anything below freezing, you want 4 and above to stay warm. All right, next up we have our sleeping bag and top quilt. So what we got first here is the Alps Mountaineering sleeping bag. It's rated for 20 degrees, but by itself it won't get me down to that. I've tested it that far. My top quilt is an Outdoor Vitals top cover, and it's rated down to 15 degrees. It has synthetic insulation, what they call Lofttek, but I've also tested that by itself and it won't get me down to 15 degrees. But you pair those together, the 20-degree sleeping bag with the 15-degree top cover will definitely take me down below freezing. So here's my sleep system. Got the Reflectix underneath. We got the WideSea closed cell foam pad. And then we have the Nemo Tensor Insulated pad underneath that. As far as my sleeping bag goes, is these Alps Mountaineering Desert Pine 20-degree synthetically filled sleeping bag with the Outdoor Vitals top cover, which is a 15-degree that I layer over the top. So you don't have to go out and spend a lot of money to stay warm over the night. You can use your 3-season gear. You can use a Reflectix, and the close-on foam pad is like 20 bucks. You can use your summer sleeping bag, but I would also pair it with either like a sleeping bag liner or a top cover underneath, over a top, to secure the warmth. I do have my Naturehike pillow as well, and then I'm also testing out some Naturehike down booties. So those will keep my feet toasty warm. After a long day of hiking, you're climbing your tent. You don't want to bring your shoes in. You're gonna leave your shoes outside here in the vestibule along with your pack, unless you do have the extra room inside to bring in everything. But here is the Naturehike Outdoors down booties. You see they can press pretty small. I would say it's comparable down to the size of like a soda can, 12-ounce soda can. But I'll show you. So you take off your boots for the night. I got my DarnTough socks on, crew length. These are made with merino wool. And then before I climb into my sleeping bag, I will pull out my down booties here. So they're very nice and soft. They have a textured bottom, but you probably want to take them out of the bag to loft them up a little bit before you put them on. But they're basically little down booties or socks. They have a little drawstring pull right here so you can tighten them up around your ankles. And they go up pretty far up. See, you want to loft them up a little bit before you put them on. But you just slide them on over your socks, like so. Off this one up a little bit. Alright. And then you're ready to go. So you're gonna climb into your sleeping bag and you're good to go. Currently 9:40. Temperature has dropped into the 20s. Temperature is at, let's see, actually in the 30s, but it's supposed to drop down into the 20s later on tonight. Probably the coldest temperature about 3 or 4 in the morning, and at that point it will be in the 20s. I've got my UnderArmor coldgear base layer. I have a Patagonia thermal mid layer, as well as I'm testing out the Patagonia Micropuff jacket. It's an upgrade to, I previously had the Nano Puff. This is supposedly supposed to be a little bit warmer and a little bit lighter. So hopefully it'll work out tonight. I'm just gonna climb into bed, get settled, kind of relax. It's good when it's cold outside right now to either do some jumping jacks, some squats, or some push-ups before you go to bed. And it's also important to eat a little bit before you go to bed, just to keep that internal engine running, to build up that heat inside your sleeping bag. So just winding down for the night. Probably head to bed about 10, get some good night rest, and possibly catch the sunrise tomorrow, but we'll see how the night goes. Good morning. We survived the evening. Temperatures did drop into the 20s last night. I got up around 2 a.m. to use the restroom. Inside the tent, inside temperatures are in the 30s. It was a little bit warmer inside. The two standout items that I thought were game changers were the Nemo Tensor Insulated sleep pad that really kept me warm from the convective heat loss. I stayed warm and toasty with my sleeping bag and Quilt 2-layer system. And the other thing that surprised me were the Naturehike down booties. Those are usually the things that really get cold. My feet can get really cold at night, and the down booties kept them nice and warm and toasty. So I want to thank you for watching YeeFit Adventures. If you like content like this, hiking, camping, gear testing, please like and subscribe. I am very close to 500 subscribers, and I really appreciate and thank all of you for watching. Until next time, take care, and let's find your next adventure.